a foreigner in the Philippines.
Sa kabriton og iyang asawang bulanod,
magtiayon sa lalawigan sa Bohol.
ng isang dayuhan at ang kanyang asawang Filipina.
7 taon ng mag-asawa sina Terence at Beth na nakatira ngayon sa lungsod ng Talibon, Bohol.
Don't forget to share and subscribe our YouTube channel.
I get it not clear. Maybe you know that video. And now it's divorced, and I built the house and spent my money for Talia, and it seems to me he won't give you for all the fault that I spent the money for the house and now on the name of Talia. I'm not sure. Maybe you look the video myself. And that can be a problem with the next video. But my idea is a little bit another kind. We make a video that, and I pipe on the mind of Talia, I pipe of the mind of Murphy. They can all think what they want over. I make it now public that I look for a woman for marrying by video, and my idea is to, that I don't know, that is your part in the game, to make my email address in the video, and my other possibility, it's Facebook or not, I don't know. Anybody make it for me, Marjorie or Josephine, I have no idea. I have a second possibility to chat with people, that they can take themselves connection with my person. With that, you shall have to do nothing. Only you make the video that I'm looking for a woman. And now maybe you will tell me again, you begin again with problems. And I know I need to narrow down the clientele of women. It begins, I'm looking for a woman of Bohol that is possible to get personally connection. How I shall get a connection with a woman in Manila or Mindanao, that's all crazy.
Well, you can. You're making that video right now.
The video is going already.
So it's all your decision. But I would suggest that you look for someone who you can actually meet easily, which would mean someone on Bohol. So you would only be interested in meeting someone in Bohol, and ideally it should be someone close to Taliban. The Taliban area, Trinidad, somewhere that you could easily meet.
That's not all. I speak more now. The idea is Bohol, that it's easy to get a connection.
Yes.
And maybe for such a people, for such a woman, it's not very heavy to leave her place to come to my place. Mm-hmm. They can reach their families very easy. Mm-hmm. And now, you know, we spoke about, I like a woman about 45 kilo and 1 meter 55. You know why we spoke about over. If she touch me, a big woman, she is strong. She put me on the earth. I have my problems with my leg, and I'm not strong on the earth. The other point is, if I need to help her anytime out of the bed or anything, I'm not strong today. I cannot take an elephant out of the bed. I need a woman with low weight. And that are not only the reasons I like that kind.
So Alfred, you don't have to justify what your taste in women is. If you're looking for someone who is petite, small, then you simply say that. So that
You think that is okay what I speak now?
why would it not be okay? You're looking for
Because
a woman.
of all that, I asked you for a meeting to discuss that what you think about.
That's it's really easy. Some people like big women, some women like tall men, some women like small men. It just depends on the person. And if you're looking for a partner, then it's permissible for you to state what your taste is.
And for the woman can be 22 or 27. I like most until 30 years.
So you want
And-
Alfred, you want 22 to 30 years old. That's what you wanted.
I think that was a good age.
Ah.
And the problem is,
Yes,
Ay, kinalig ng storya.
that's my treat.
if I would find now, I would be 20 years old and the woman would be 20 years old. It's normal. Usually you have a long time together. If she is now 27 or she is 20, there is no difference. I'm old. I cannot change it. And I'm at that point. I will not care, think about over what happened to the woman after my death. They know my age now. I'm 65. And they can free decide yes or no. And at that point, it cannot be my problem. I'm out of the care. Everybody can decide it himself. And the next point, now maybe some people become afraid and think what a person. I would like to find a woman who is some months pregnant because I miss that in my life. I like to live that. And I think with my income, 2 child is enough. She can bring a smaller child. The best until 3 years. It's easy more that the child can get connection to me. I saw it now in the last situation. They are old. There was nothing to do to find the connection. It was in Thailand the same. The boy was 15. He came to us. No respect, no connection, nothing. I could make what I want. The daughter was 23. She could speak English. She know English. She was engineer. One word with me. And you know, 1.5 year I was the financier when she was studying. I sent her every month 11,000 baht for food, for the rooms, and for the teachers, the completely money. Until today, I never heard one word thank you. She make trouble with me.
Well, rather,
And I'm not finished with my conditions. That I want tell clear. I want a woman out of difficult situations. That is most a simple kind of woman. My life is a simple kind. And the most people are thinking, oh, foreign, high society. And maybe a lot of women don't try to take connection because they are poor. But I don't like the rich people. They are most crazy in the head, and they have a high lifestyle, and that I don't like. And I like with the relationship to support poor people, that I will connect with the relationship. I don't know if that is all in the moment. But if anybody want to know more, they can take connection with me. We can send message, and more I think can happen.
Right. So
And-
to just outline exactly what you're really looking for, you actually do live in quite a nice house, not luxurious, but nice, and you lead a simple life. You drive a multi-cab, so you don't drive a fancy car, you don't live a fancy life, you live a very basic, simple life. You really would like someone who is petite, who is small, even someone who is a few months pregnant, so that you can, so I know that you've talked about this before, so that you could go through the pregnancy with her and see the birth of the child, and to be able to bond on that basis with the child, as if you would give the child your name on the birth certificate, and you would now, as of very, very soon, as soon as you have resolved the issues with your visa, then you will begin the paperwork through the German embassy about what you will need in order to be able to ascertain what your divorce situation is, because your ex is not in contact, so the ex is not in contact, so there's no way of knowing right now whether Alfred has been divorced or not, but he suspects that he has been divorced, so that needs to be found out.
Yeah, since
And
9 years, I
Right.
don't hear and see her. I cannot find her.
Anything at all, right? And the thing with the German embassy, which is what Alfred has told us, I didn't know this, but everything has to go and be translated on paper into German. So every time that a translation takes place, it's another month. So Alfred is expecting that it could take a few months in order to be able to get everything tied up. But the moment that he has resolved the issue with his visa, which apparently is not going to be a huge problem, then he will start this process of translation for paperwork for the German embassy. And then he is actually willing, not just willing, he's had a change of heart on the whole subject of marriage. He doesn't wish to live alone. He wants to have a woman who, as we've said, is up to and a little beyond the age of 30, hopefully with a very young child, someone who he feels that he can bond with. The experience that he's had in the past is that the older the child, once the child gets into even 10 years old, then it's difficult for them to bond, or a mutually difficult situation of bonding for Alfred to the child. So he prefers, and it makes sense to me, he prefers for the child to be very young. So he's open to inquiries, as if we're not a dating site, but we're trying to help Alfred to get through this difficult time.
But I think he needs to make it clear about his previous relationship, because there's a lot of what do you call that? Some made up stories.
There's some negative talk about Talia. We tried that for 2 years, to our knowledge. We tried that for 2 years, and it didn't work.
Yeah, which he needs to.
He needs to say that himself. But
Yeah.
in the case of the English thing, I'm only going to clarify exactly what he's going to say anyway. And right now, he has made it very clear to Talia that there is no relationship.
I have